Hey there, card fighters. It's me, Royal Paladin 813. I decided I would do, since the set came out and I finished building the deck and I finally have time, a deck profile on one of my new babies. It is Liberators, but I'm using Spring Breeze as a starter because right now he is honestly the best starter that we can use. Counterblast 1, when he successfully boosts an attack that hits, look at the top 3, call one of the top 3, and put the other 2 on the bottom. He just lets me get my consistency, and that's about it for boosters. After that, it's the standard 8 crit, 4 heal, 4 draw. Just standard trigger lineup. Since Liberators don't have a second draw trigger, I'm only running this. I know I would love to go back up to 6 crit, 6 draw. I still am debating about doing maybe 5 crit, 5 draw, 2 stand when we have the options. Because, I always love my 2 stand triggers. After grade 0s for the grade 1s, it is the 4 Halo Liberator Mark. PD, obviously, you need 4 copies of it. If you're not running 4, you're an idiot. 4 copies of Little Liberator Marin. When you have Liberator as your Vanguard and she attacks as rearguard, I think it's a she, it gains 3k, so 10k grade 1 when it attacks. 4 copies of Liberator Lou. A lot of people tell me I should only run maybe 2, since it is basically a Vanguard-only booster, but I do like having the fact that it's a 10k booster behind the Vanguard almost all the time. It really does help for early game, mid game, and late game for consistency. 2 copies of Fast Chaser Liberator Josephus, or whatever the heck his name is. He's basically the Didrain for the deck. I only run 2 since the only cards that really do this are going to be the Spring Breeze, 4 of the grade 2s, and then the 4 Alfreds. After that, 3 copies of Blaster Blade Liberator, because you have to run him. He is a Liberator. He is the face card of the deck for no apparent reason. He is nice. Counterblast 2 when you play him on Vanguard or Rearguard and hit your opponent's front row. If you call him off of a Spring Breeze, basically you counterblast 3, you hit 1, and since Spring Breeze auto calls it into rest, it doesn't matter where you decide to call him. After that, 4 copies of S-Card, which is the new version of Vivian. Like I said, the only grade 2 that actually does calling. So you got the Spring Breeze, you got these 4 guys, which is Counterblast 1, look at the top, or Counterblast 1 Liberator, look at the top card of your deck and call it. The entire deck is Liberators except for the starter, so you don't have to worry about that. 4 copies of Fallon, because he's the generic 12k attacker. Why not? You throw the 7k booster behind him, 19k column, end up throwing for some unknown reason, like you call it off the top. The Halo Shield, you got your 16k still, which hits Vanguards, or 18k, which would hit Cross Rides. He'll always end up hitting Break Rides, and 16 is the magic number, so the fact that he goes way beyond that does help a lot. After that, 4 copies of Alfred, and 4 copies of Gancelot. Because 4 Break Rides, you know my standard build. I love the Perfect Pyramid. If you don't know what the Perfect Pyramid is, it's basically a mathematical paradox that this game has, where if you take the starting number of grade 3s to find the perfect ratio of everything, starting number of 8 grade 3s is the only time it'll work. You add 3 to that, and that gives you 11, which is the grade 2 lineup. You add 3 to that, and it gives you 14, which is the grade 1 lineup. And then you add 3 to that, and it gives you the 17, which would be the triggers and the starters. But that only really works when you actually run as your starter something that doesn't reload into the deck. The only cards I think that reload into the deck are OTT draw trigger, or OTT heal triggers, Nova Grappler stand triggers, and Sunny Smile Angel for Angel Feathers. So outside of that, there's really nothing else that reloads into the deck. And there is something that people keep on telling me.
And Dark Regular stand trigger.
That's a starter.
Oh, my bad.
That's what I thought. Ignore the idiot in the background. Outside of that, another thing that was brought to my attention that I do think I need to point out is apparently people get these 2 mixed up when they're played on rearguard for some reason. So if ever you have to worry about your opponent and you think they might be cheating, look at the grade on rearguard when they say Counterblast 2, because if they do that and it's 3, call them out on it and call them an idiot for not knowing their own cards. Well, like always, card fighters, I hope you enjoyed the video, and rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.